Hey, this is Mark again. Today I'm working on a 98 Big Bear Yamaha. Problem the kid was having was that the differential oil was leaking out of the brake down here and out of the thing onto the wheel. So which means to tell me that the differential seals are probably shot. After this old of a quad, they probably should be changed. So it's really not too hard, but I'm going to show you how to do that today. First of all, what you do is you take off the hub, take off the nut off here, you take the brake drum off, and then the axle will slide right through out the left hand side. And then what you do after that is you just take the 4 bolts out of here and the 4 nuts out of here, and you just pull the rear end right off. And as you can see, there's all kinds of gear lube and stuff in there. So that's what I'm going to show you. I'll get set up and I'll get back to you. Okay, I got the rear diff out. It's up here. And as you can tell, it's leaking out. So what I have to do is take it all apart. Up here, these 2 bolts up here are 14 millimeters, the rest are 12s. So I've already broken them loose. They're all the same. They're all the same length, so you don't have to worry about too much where they came from. Okay, once you get that out, you need to take a screwdriver, flat blade, and there's little cutouts in here. You'll see, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but in here there's a little cutout right here where you can stick a screwdriver in to pry it off. Same thing, they have one on the back here. And then what you do is you just go around, there's 2 on the side. You pry it up till it comes off. Make sure you empty it out first. You'll never get it 100% clean. So, there's the ring. There's one of the seals we're going to have to replace. Now when you take this apart, there's little washers and shims that are in here. That keeps its correct calibration between the pinion and the ring. So make sure you know where these came from and they put them back on the same way. So now, let me drain this and I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. So what I did was I removed the ring gear from the back plate. We got to get the bearing out of the back plate and the seal. So I'm just going to set the ring gear aside. Be careful because once again there's a shim here. There may be 1, 2, 3, however many. There may be none, but just be careful that they stay on there. So I'm going to set that aside. Now what I have to do is I have to get this seal out. It comes out from the inside along with the big bearing. So what I'm going to do is just put this back on top here. And I'm going to use a bearing driver, just the end part, and I'm going to drive the bearing down and out in the old seal. Not worrying about ruining the seal because I'm replacing. I am being careful that I don't do any damage to that bearing. So as you can see, came out. there's an old seal that we're going to be replacing. Just throw that aside in the junk pile. Now there's the bearing that came out with it. I'm going to clean this all up and set it aside. Okay, the next thing we have to do is we have to get the axle bearing and the seal out here so we can get to this internal bearing to get the seal that's in here. So basically I'm going to do the same thing. I have a bearing driver. I'm going to drive it from the inside out. And it comes out just like that. Now I want to set that aside because we're going to reuse this bearing and seal because this customer already had it replaced. He thought it was the wheel bearing leaking when it was actually the differential bearings leaking. So I'm going to clean that up. Nice new bearing. And the same thing with the seal. I'm going to just clean it up a little bit and set it aside. So now I have to get this bearing out that's right in here. And then there's a seal up the front. You can see the seal from this way. This is usually the seal that always goes bad. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm driving the two of them out. And they should come out pretty easy. Just be careful, take your time. Keep going back side to side and around to get it bearing coming out even. And she'll eventually come out. She's coming slowly. Should come out halfway decent because it's always oiled, so it shouldn't be too tight. Just take your time. Okay, there's the bearing that came out of the inside, which your ring rides on. Same thing, I'm going to clean this all up. And I'm going to set that aside. The seal, I'm going to throw away because we're replacing that. Clean up my bearing driver. Now, I'm going to clean the inside of this really good. Give it a little spray. Just a little brake clean. Another quick good wipe. Okay. Next, what I got was an all balls rear differential seal kit, which gives you them all. Gives you the big one, the one on the other side, and it gives you a pinion seal. I've already replaced the pinion seal because that takes too long. And you need a special wrench in here to get some of this stuff out. So I already replaced the pinion seal, so we're just going to replace the two inners. First, we're going to take our seal, one we just drove out. We're going to put it in. I'm going to find the right size driver side here. Then we're going to tap this seal. Into place until it recesses. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little ridge there. We got to bring it all the way to that ridge. And just keep checking it periodically. Okay, I'm there on the one side, I just got to get there on that side. Almost there, a little bit more. Getting there, slowly but surely. Okay. That tone it gave me makes me feel that it's almost there. It's stubborn on its own. And there we go. It's all nice and sealed in there. Okay. Next, we're going to put that bearing that we put in aside. Now this came out, it has a rolled edge here, and then it doesn't have a straight edge here. The straight edge goes in. And I'm going to use the same bearing driver to drive that. First I'm going to clean it off some more. Get it all nice. Try and get this started straight here. Okay. Make sure we're going to be all the way in. As you can, I don't know if you can see in there or not, but in there I got a little bit more to go. Okay. Okay. And it's in. What I'm going to do is clean out this side. I'm going to put the wheel bearing and seal back in. First I'll put the wheel bearing in. You can hear it gets that lighter noise. You usually can tell that's when it bottomed out on its recess in here. So then I got the wheel seal. Get that started. And we get that sealed. So now that half is done. Now I just gotta get some more of that junk out of there. Set that aside. That half is done. Now I got this half. So now let me clean this half up a little bit. All nice and clean and shiny, ready for the new parts. So now, first with this is our big bearing. I take that back. The seals first. Take a finger full of new gear lube. Just put on the side. It'll make it a little easier to get in on this one. It's a little big. And we set it in place. This one I don't have a big enough thing to do the whole thing at one time. So I'm just going to take my bearing and seal driver by itself and just go around. Still got a little bit more ways to go. Just keep going around and around until she matches up with the outside, which I'm just about there. Just got a little high side right there. That'll fix. And perfect. Well, the seal's all nicely in. Nice new seal. Nice and flush with the lip in here. Make sure you don't get any dirt on it. Now we're going to put our bearing back. Our bearing turns pretty nice. Doesn't make any noises. And this is going to be the same thing. I don't have one big enough for that size of bearing, so sure the bearings all the way in, just about. Working your way around. It's flush and smooth. And there we go. And that's it. So, and basically all we're going to do is take our ring gear. Here's my washer that came off that side. Gonna put that back on. Gonna slide that into place. There she goes. Go. In she goes. Turns nice. I get my dirty stuff off. Then we just line up our plate. It's easy because there's two larger holes up here than these. So there's two larger holes up here, so it's easy to slide that back on. I'll put all my bolts back in, torque them down, clean it up a little bit more, put it back on, fill it with new grease, new gear oil, and we should be good as new. Usually what happens with these things is you can tell they're hard and a little brittle as the old ones. After that many years, it happens, and you just replace them. Kit, I think, is $25 from All Balls. Takes you maybe the whole thing from start to finish, an hour, 2 hours. So, hope this helps, and we'll see you next time. This is Mark. One thing I forgot to tell you. There's an O-ring here where the back piece and this mates in here to create the seal. Make sure this isn't cracked or dry rotted. This one's in pretty good shape. It's still pliable. I forgot to tell you about that. And make sure you clean up the surfaces here. That'll help seal it. But just make sure this O-ring in here is good. You'll see it. It'll be cracked and look dry rotted, and it'll be pretty brittle. And if you push on it, it won't be squishy. It's the best way I could describe it. And then just make sure if it's all dry rotted, make sure you replace it. Otherwise, you're going to be leaking between the two halves put together. Okay, thank you.